live actions you probably didn't know existed. Because there's a surprising amount of anime live actions, and some of them aren't even that bad. First off, can you guess what this is? I think it's pretty obvious. Yep, Oren High School Host Club. This one wasn't even that bad. It's manga accurate actually. So like the anime doesn't cover all of the plot that's in the manga, and then there's a live action movie that basically picks up exactly where the anime left it off. So that's the continuation. And then there's also a live action show with the same actors, but that one just starts from the first episode again. So the show is a repetition of the anime. I don't know if it goes beyond that or just stays at the same length, but the movie is a continuation. And it's canon, manga canon. So if you don't want to read the manga, just watch the live action movie. It's not that bad. I mean, of course you have to take it with a grain of salt and like don't take it too serious because it is very silly, but it's okay. Next up, can you guess what this is? Yup. I have a lot to say about this one, and that's not just because of my Black Butler bias, but Ciel is a girl in this one. I don't know why. Also, that's not even the problem, that's a thing. You seeing this and this? Can you tell me what's wrong about these in the context of Black Butler? You have 3 seconds. Yeah, so like that's a car and a skiddy and a city skyline with skyscrapers, and then he's still standing there in a tailcoat. Is it obvious yet? This live action was filmed, well, not filmed, but it was released in 2012. But it plays in 2020. Why did they think putting Victorian characters into the future would be a good idea? Who thought that? Who? Literally why? Like I'm speechless. Why would you do that? Is it the budget? You couldn't afford going to literally any European city to get a Victorian looking setting? You couldn't afford to get a horse carriage instead of a fucking car? Why? Can you guess who this character is? It's from the Black Butler live action. Do you know who that is? Maybe this image makes it more noticeable. There's like one feature that reminds you of him, and that's it. Why does he have blue hair? Who did that? Why? Not only does Undertaker suddenly look like this, but he also takes money now. Like the whole point, the whole stick of Undertaker in the anime was that if you want information out of him, you have to make him laugh. He doesn't take money as payment, you just have to make him laugh and he'll give you information. But this guy, they just handed him a stack of cash and he started talking. What? Who made this? I'm so disappointed. There are like a few moments in this live action that resemble the anime. Mayrin was fine, I guess. Ciel, even though he's now a girl, still looks recognizable as Ciel. Sebastian? I'm just gonna pretend like it's just my bias. I'm not gonna talk about him. And why is Light Yagami in this? Moving on. Matrix. Everyone knows Matrix, right? Even though you haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. But everyone knows it for the memes, right? I don't know how well known this is, but I've heard that Matrix is actually a live action of Ghost in the Shell. And again, I haven't watched any of these, so if this is a bunch of bullshit, then excuse me. But there are a lot of parallels that seemed convincing. There are a few scenes that are like identical in these two things. And they're too specific to be coincidences. So I'm just gonna believe the rumor that this is true. Please don't hate on me if you're a fan of this and if I'm talking nonsense. Can you guess what this is? I think it's pretty obvious. They did a pretty good job with the appearances here. These could be cosplayers. Yeah. I'm probably going to mispronounce the name. Kagegurui. they have a live action. It's on Netflix. I haven't watched it, so I can't tell you how good or accurate it is, but it seems to be pretty okay from the visuals. Now this one is gonna be impossible to guess. From Me to You. I think it's also on Netflix. I have watched From Me to You, although I didn't enjoy it too much. I haven't watched the live action, so I can't tell you how good or accurate it is, but it exists. So if you enjoy it, then give it a try. This one should be obvious. I think the eye patch is drawn on by whoever posted this picture, but it's still obvious who these people are, right? Now, for Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, it's pretty well known that we have a live action called The Untamed. This one, everyone within the fandom knows about this. But when I heard that Heaven Official's Blessing also has a live action, I was actually surprised. I don't know why it surprised me, since this is already known. That was a pleasant surprise. I don't know if it's out yet, I think they're still working on it, but that's a thing. This one should be pretty easy to guess. Look at them. Yeah. Banana fish. Based on the visuals, it looks good, even though this looks like it's just the Fast and the Furious or something like that. Might be good, I don't know. I'm not ready to go through all of that pain again, so I'm not going to watch it. For this one, the characters aren't really recognizable because suddenly everyone has brown hair, but this scene should be pretty obvious. I'm sure you recognize it. Given. Yeah, they kinda got nerfed when it comes to hair, but Given also exists as a live action. Boom! You probably don't know this one, but it's my comfort show. Play it cool, guys. They did pretty well. It's accurate. It's the exact story that you already get in the manga and the anime, but watching it the third time was actually not too bad. Usually I don't like rewatching stuff, but this one was okay. Also, watching the live action has changed my life. This sounds a bit dramatic, and I don't mean it in such a dramatic way, but just seeing them walk around and living around in Japan made me think, oh man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could try out living in Japan for a while. And then it struck me, I can. I literally can. I'm in university, so I just looked up the abroad student program they had and applied for living in Japan for a year. And that's what I'm doing, starting in October. So you can look forward to some Japan vlogs or general content in Japan at the end of this year. Thanks to this show, like applying to the program, to the exchange student thing, was so spontaneous, and literally the start thought it from watching this. Like if I had watched this a few months later and had gotten the idea a few months later due to that, I wouldn't have made it. I was very close to the deadline. So that was just a very, very lucky coincidence. Next up, this one should be obvious, even though I haven't watched the anime. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard the intro of this before. Wotakoi. They even go on a convention for this. Did they make a convention specifically for this live action? Or did they just go to a normal one and record there? That's it already. There is, of course, a lot more live actions out there, like there's Full Metal Alchemist, there is Attack on Titan, but everyone knows that. There's Death Note, there is Tokyo Ghoul, but I didn't include all the ones that are obvious and the ones that everyone knows about. I want to talk about the ones that people didn't know. Do you think there's a My Hero Academia live action? No way. Is this fake? It looks like AI. Is this real? Or is that just the stage thing? Okay, this one is obviously real, right? Guys? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as All Might? That's the real one. I know this guy. I really can't tell if this is legit or fan-made, but there might be a My Hero Academia live action. Interesting.